Hey, what's up? Good evening, everyone. What's going on, everybody? Good evening, good evening. Welcome in, welcome in. It is Thursday, so we are on and popping. It is time to join me on the couch. Y'all join me on the couch. Real life relationship group. I remember when I called this Camper Conversations. It had its place. It had its place. But we are on the couch, real life relationship growth. We are on the couch tonight, hoping that everything is well with you all. Hoping that hoping that everything is well with you all. Hope you guys had a good week. We are on Thursday. It is Thursday. Um, I'm sorry. I knew that was gonna happen. Take care of that. All right, that's taken care. Hope you guys had a great week. It is Thursday. We are here, 8 o'clock PM on time. It's good to be on time. It feels good to be on time. Technically, like 5 minutes, but I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, y'all. We are going to get started. We are going to get started. Welcome to the Real Life Relationship Growth Podcast platform. Chat it up, whatever you call it. Yo, y'all just join me on the couch. We are here. Let me do this real quick because it wasn't made nothing. The intro. All right, all right. That was my little intro, y'all. I made that a couple months ago. And sometimes I forget to play it, but we remembered it tonight. Hey, hope you guys are doing well. Listen, listen. I'm not gonna do this every week because y'all know what this is. Y'all know what this is. Um, this is our once a week get together. We come together and we talk and we chat and we discuss, and sometimes we get a little heated, and sometimes, but we're all here to respect one another. This is the Real Life Relationship Growth platform. The point of and purpose of this platform, y'all, is to promote and pour into healthy relationships. Healthy relationships. It's not necessarily that male female dynamic, it's that umbrella of everything that regards the family, but it starts there. It starts with that male female dynamic, that mom, that dad, y'all. So that's where we start with that, all right? So this is the criteria, real quick. This is the criteria to be here. Single, dating, courting, married, divorced, or widower. That is the criteria to be here. If you fall into any of those categories, you are in the perfect place. Now, let me say this. I am not a relationship expert, just a black woman in this world, living this life, doing the damn thing, and enjoying myself in the process. All right. So we come together, for those of you all that don't know, we come together every week. And when I say we, there's always somebody on the couch with me, technically. I'm gonna bring them on camera in a minute. We could have two of us, three of us, four of us, can go all the way up to 10 of us sometimes. But we're here to have these conversations, and hopefully we can pour into one another something healthy, something new, something great, something real that you may not have experienced in life, or you're there and you can't quite figure out how to do this thing. How to do this thing. Now, there are times that there are professional counselors, therapists, family therapists online with us. Even we did a financial class one time and we had a financial expert on, and that was great. But tonight, it's just little old us. It's just little old me and the crew. All right. So I'm gonna bring y'all know my girl. I bring her on. She's here every week, and I so appreciate her. I'm gonna bring my girl Corey B on. Hey,
Hi.
Corey.
I'm ready when
What,
you are.
what up, lady? You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
Ooh,
Ooh,
ladies
first,
first. Ladies
ladies
first.
first.
I swear it's a
That
delay.
is That is our thing. It forever will be, and I don't care what this joker right here says about it.
Golly, you just turned the camera on. You know what I was doing back there. Hey, you didn't even give me an introduction, man. That's Jack.
You
gave
should
an
have known.
introduction.
You should have known after that what was gonna happen.
You know what? You should have said something. I'm over here. Ain't gonna tell you what I was doing.
Okay, all right.
I'm just messing with you. I'm ready. Go ahead.
We're
What's
gonna
happening?
start this
No, he
over.
was so serious.
Next,
Because
I'm
you
gonna
almost
bring
caught him.
on. I'm gonna bring on my boy Mark next, y'all. Y'all ready for Mark? Mark is Mr. Date Night. Mr. Date Night. His platform is all about that. And without further ado, hey Mark.
What's happening, y'all?
Really?
Okay, yeah. What's happening?
Good evening, sir. How
What's
are
up?
you?
Good evening. What's up? How y'all doing out there in virtual world?
Yeah.
Ladies on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Date Night in the building.
Yes. You know what? When I say there's two people that I love hanging around, and I ain't gonna lie, it's these two. I love everybody. I love all my people, but these two right here, like I don't know. You know how you have just certain connect and you know you have certain connections, different directions, and their connection different direction. I love the energy. Yo, my girl Corey is just that kind of laid back, you know, soft spoken. I got this, and y'all listen. And Mark, I don't know what I'm gonna get from him time to time, but but I love it. I appreciate both
Actual
of y'all being on.
factuals. Actual factuals.
Actual factuals. There it is. Actual factuals.
Fix your mouth, Corey. Fix your goddamn.
Corey like,
Yeah, I hear.
Don't know about all that one. I don't know about all that one. All right. All right. So, IG, thank you for being here tonight. This is new. Looks like it's running and working. So, IG, I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you for joining the party. We have a good time here. We have a really good time here, and I appreciate y'all being here. All right. So, we're going to get started now. I just let y'all know there are times in the evening when some other people might flow in and join us on camera. If they make it, they make it, and we're gonna let them join in and give their just show their presence, right? And join the discussion and the conversation. But we're gonna get started with this thing. Um, our topic tonight, our topic tonight is wrong turn. Be careful who you attach yourself to. Careful who you attach yourself to. Wrong turn. Let me play this little video clip real quick. I think I had this turned the right way. Let's do it.
Okay. Rotten ass strawberries.
Rotten strawberries. Y'all listen, Corey and Mark, I saw that video today and I was like, ooh. Popped in my head. It came to me. I was like, you know what? We have to make this a discussion. We're gonna have a discussion about this. Now, Corey, you're gonna have to let me know, and I don't know if it's possible, but I'm not sure if that video, excuse me,
If it
showed on IG. I don't know if it came up, and it may be too late for you to see, but
it did.
it did. Okay, great.
Had up and it was
Great. Technicals, y'all. All right, we're gonna keep
In
it
case
rolling.
y'all missed
So,
it was some damn fungus strawberries. Go ahead.
some fucking strawberries. All right. So when I put that out today, I got a message and somebody was like, I like strawberries. Vince said it. He was like, well, but I like strawberries. And I'm like, I do too. I like strawberries too. But what came to my mind when I saw that video, y'all? What came to my mind was be careful who you attach yourself to. Wrong turn. A lot of times, sometimes, not say a lot of times, sometimes we get in relationships. We see somebody, we meet somebody, we get in a relationship with this person, and all the things that we've seen initially, of course, there has to be things that attract us and we like and that pulls us, right? And we get attracted to someone, and either we met them online or we've been introduced to them by from somebody, mutual friend or whatever, and we try this thing out, and we're going in this relationship and it's going pretty strong and it's going well. And then we start learning things and seeing things about that other person. And that's the process of what? Getting to know each other, right? That's a
Mhm.
process of getting to know each other. So in the process of getting to know each other, going through that dating process, sometimes those things kind of go left. They take a wrong turn. They take a wrong turn. So when I saw the strawberries and the illustration, the gentleman took, and I'm assuming it was a man's hand, I don't know. The person took the bad strawberry and he connected it with a toothpick to the good strawberry. And it had a count of time over time. I want to say what it was 141 days, something like that. The good strawberry turned bad. It was just as ick and nasty and yucky and whatever as the bad strawberry. It was just it. It was a good strawberry turned into a nasty, ugly strawberry. Um, So, being that I laid that out and I gave the backdrop of what I saw and y'all knowing now what the video is related to. Mark, tell me what do you think about the depiction of the bad strawberry?
I mean, it's sometimes the toothpick will represent a connection and the connection or the source that connects all three of them. The one on the end, his he or she or it spreads throughout the one next to that and that also as well. But the connection is the actual toothpick. So I guess things that bond you, if you're bounded by the wrong person, if that person is very toxic, then you will become toxic as well.
Okay, okay.
I would say that.
I'm glad you threw the toothpick in there because I didn't even really
Right.
pay attention to the toothpick.
That's the thing that bonded it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing that bonded it. You're right. You're right. Corey, what you think?
Okay, so strawberries, people. Obviously, I'm gonna go with your bond with the toothpick.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the other has no option. If they're bonded, has
Mm,
no option but to become rotten or the same as the first, toxic, whatever you want to call it, because for that second one to stay around it, you gotta change. You have to be comfortable with it.
mm,
The same way
mm.
people say, um, when you're around a certain smell, after a while you don't smell it.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
the same kind of thing. You have to change and adjust and be comfortable with it. And in that process, you become the thing. You become the ride. You become the toxin. So, mhm.
Ooh, y'all took that thing and y'all took it. Y'all did. Y'all did. I like that. Like I said, I didn't even really pay. I mentioned the toothpick, but I didn't pay attention to the toothpick being the bonding source. I mean, it's obvious that it was, but the way Mark laid that out, the way he said that, the toothpick being the bonding source, it brought them together. Okay. 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 Yeah. Um. I'm gonna get a little ahead of myself and I'm gonna back up a little bit though, because this thought is here, right?
Okay.
This thought is here. It's not always that the good strawberry, turns bad. I get the thought that in the
Mhm.
process of how it goes in time, that the more you hang around the toxicity and the more you deal with the negativity, that kind of jumps on you. You find yourself being agitated, aggravated when this person comes around,
Mhm.
Um, but again, I'm jumping ahead a little bit because in my mind and in my experience, your foolishness is not going to make me be somebody I am not. If I'm not mean or toxic or whatever, whatever, because people gonna call you what they want to call you, especially when things aren't going their way. And I've learned not to attach to certain names or certain perceptions that people have, because I've learned that the majority of the time we live what we learn. And the majority of the time, if we're not happy or pleased with ourselves, we try to kind of push that off on people, make them feel and make them look like there's something wrong with them. That's that word that was flying around for so long. What, last year or so, that narcissist.
Narcissism, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we got so tired of that word. But how many of us knew or know people that fall under that category? They fall under that category. All right, so let's go ahead and back up, and go with the thought of what you guys were saying, because we want to be real. We want to talk about all of it. It sounds great and it sounds good to be like, well, that person is not going to affect me. That didn't affect me. I'm not going to be that way.
Yeah,
Easier said than done.
Right, but if you identify that person and be a certain kind of way, then at that point, you know, you definitely gonna have to create some type of distance, because even you giving the attention of how they are, even if it doesn't make you feel up or down, the fact that you even giving it an attention, being around it. You know what I'm saying? So once you identify, it's up to you then to go ahead and make the necessary changes to step back, because it will be contagious in some form or fashion, in some way. It's energy, you know. It's almost like walking into you remember when, well, you walk into certain places, clubs or whatnot, and you can actually feel the energy. You know, it's not the club you need to be in. Right? You don't know nobody who walk in there. You know what I mean? As soon as you walk in that club, that lounge, you know, and you're like, man, this energy feel bad. Let's go. We're all bonded and connected. You know what I'm saying? We all somehow, because when we walk in these environments, doesn't feel right. It's energy. So we are bonded.
Right. Kevin said, "Mark don't miss." Kevin, don't tell him that. Good.
No, man.
I'm teasing. When you got it, you got it. When you got it, you got it. And that's so true. That's so true. You connect, and you know. And what about that connection that you don't even realize until you realize it? Like when you said you walk into a certain place in the environment or whatever, you feel it, you know, you kind of like, man, I really shouldn't be here. But what about those relationships that we get into and we don't even realize until we do
excuse me,
that there's some BS? I shouldn't even been here.
But we ignore so many things because they look good and
you went right there.
They present well and all those things. We kind of almost contemplate our things like, I usually don't go left, but I'm gonna go left, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's just me.
Right.
It'll be okay.
Right.
I should try something different, you know.
You make excuses to be in the drama. Let's call it that. You're making excuses to be in
the drama. Yep.
Damn.
Yep. So at that point, are we the toothpick?
Who's the damn toothpick?
I
know. I guess the toothpick would be that we're all spiritual beings. That's the toothpick.
That's the toothpick? Okay.
Yeah, it has to be, because that's energy.
Right? Okay. Yeah. So when we realize that energy, once we realize that energy, apologize, y'all. Once we realize that energy, hey T.
Hey.
You might have to take that little header down, something down. Oh no, she bring her camera.
You gotta bring your camera. She's getting situated, I guess.
There we go.
Bring your camera down. But once we realize that energy, once we realize what's happening, like you said, we have a choice and a decision to make. We have a choice and decision to make. Hey, Teresa.
Hi. I was on another Zoom call. Yeah, I was on another call.
Okay.
I said, let me peek in. I'm kind of zoomed out, mentally tired, but I wanted to peek in.
Hey,
Oh, you just putting your toe in. You ain't
Yeah.
getting in the water tonight.
she gonna get in the water. Somebody gonna say something that she gonna dive in there, motherfucker, like, oh hell no.
Look, I was just drying off.
And look, do us a favor. See if you can turn your camera sideways so you can get a little bit more in.
I was trying to find it on my email, but she didn't send it to my email. So I'm on my phone.
Right. Just
I
turn your phone
actually
sideways. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I actually did send it to your email.
It should slide.
turn it
Yeah,
sideways, like
yeah, like panoramic. Your phone panoramic.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh, that's better.
There
Okay,
you go.
look at
what?
you.
You should have said that.
See, there you go. I told you she couldn't wait.
Yeah, there she
She can't even damn wait. God
go. Okay. All right, let's get this comment right here so we can kind of get back into the flow. This is Mr. Kevin, the Kevin extraordinaire. Got to give a shout out to my boy Kevin. He's been down since day one.
Man, Kevin need to come on my Kevin, hit me up, bro. Come on my show. Go ahead and read the comment. Go ahead.
Yeah. Because most folks operate off of impulse when they first meet someone. That shiny, nice smelling object is like wow. But if you slow it down initially, you're able to identify the mold early. Ooh, not the mold.
The mold. Right.
Yep. It's already right when it gets to you.
The mold.
Yep.
Active bacteria.
Active bacteria. Yeah, that's why the thing of moving slow, taking your time and enjoying the process and getting to know is so important. I had to learn this the hard way, y'all, because I mean, we got a term to it, love bombing, right?
Right.
So when someone's coming on so strong, like you're just great, and they waited all their life for you, and where you been, and you're just all of this and everything, right? And you want to feel, it does feel good. I think for everybody, it feels good to know someone wants you or to think someone wants you, and they're being
acceptance. People like to be accepted. It's almost like on your job. You want to be accepted or recognized for what you do and what you bring. So everybody most people want that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it's easy for some people to fall into what they're hearing and even action of what they're seeing and feel like, yo, this is good. And I'm not saying every relationship that moves quickly is not legitimate. I'm not saying every person, because Mark, you're going to have to answer on this one. Neil, you on the wrong side, sir. Check your email. And Mark, you can kind of answer to this, because as women, we can't answer to this.
Okay. I'll try for the men's.
Yes. Is it actually true that it doesn't take a man a long time to know if this is the one? Like, I know everybody has different, but based off of that, for a man to know, like, this is her. This is her.
Right. I mean, it doesn't take us long, but it should take us a little bit long to verify it. Right. Verification is very important. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we got to check ourselves when we meet people. You know what I'm saying? We got to understand where we are first. And then after that, really being able to look into the person that you're pursuing at that time. So we know, but we got to verify it. You know, you better verify it. You know what I'm saying? Because it may be some things that need to be tinkered before you put yourself or brought up or whatever it is before you tie your heart into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
we need to have this conversation.
Yeah, we know. I mean,
Okay.
Especially from the appearance. I'll say we'll know from the appearance standpoint of, okay, do I desire a woman that, like, most men like women that are somewhat conservative and not having things out for other men to view. Most, some but not all. Some but all. Some but all. And so Yeah. So yeah, we like conservative because I'm gonna say this. It's almost similar. And you guys can speak on this. It's almost similar to we date women similar to our mother, especially if we have a relationship, a good relationship. We try to find that nourishment in a woman. So we try to find someone somewhat similar around what our mother may be. And you may do that with your fathers.
Right. I
If you
just
had good
told
fathers,
nephew
you know what I
that.
mean?
I just told nephew that the other day. He officially has a girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah. We calling it what it is now. You know, I told you got to get to a certain age. I got to see certain things to, make sure you line up and you ready for that. And although they do it on a sneak tip and on the backdrop, now it's outward dates and y'all can go places and we'll meet up and we'll take y'all places and because it has to happen. So let's do it the best way, right way possible. But I told him, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, every young lady that nephew has been attracted to or saying auntie I like her, whatever, has looked like me. She chocolate, she athletic, bit or what it's like. And he like the other day he said, dang auntie, I think you're right. I think you're right. Cause yeah, his girlfriend right now, she looked like she could be one of us, Teresa. She looked like she could be one. I said, that look like your cousin. But she looks like she can be one of us. So I think that's some truth, definitely some truth to what you said, Mark. Even on the flip side with women, we tend to go more toward men that are like our fathers if we had that great relationship.
Right.
And
Because
that's
it
the
can go the other
example
way
of a
too.
man.
It can go the other way. It can go the other
Oh, it
way
sure
because I'm telling you
can.
something. Women, and I said this before, women who had fathers in their lives are different, or positive male figures in life are different than ones who don't.
Yep.
They date different.
Yep. They do.
They
They
date
do.
different.
Because that groundwork has been laid. And um do she have a crossover? I don't know, Kev. I ain't took it in yet. I don't know. Oh,
So I want to say something.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I do not agree that we don't know up front or not up front after a little bit of time is spent.
That
Who
When
who
I say
doesn't know? You
Who
mean
doesn't know?
women?
that women don't know that the person's toxic or something.
Oh, okay.
We,
Let y'all speak on that.
I believe we know. I just think that it's, well, let me just see if this is a consistent behavior, or maybe maybe I'm just looking too much into it. Maybe it's a one-off thing. Maybe I don't know. Let me see what else happens. Or I just don't want to be single right now. Or everybody keeps saying I brush too many people away. Let me just give this a chance. Let me see. We know. We know. We just choose to say, let me see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see for myself.
And
We know.
And you know what? Through an observation from this side, this is my own observations. I'm not speaking for women. Don't know how women think. I ain't trying to figure it out. But through my observation, right, it seems like you guys and some certain things with us as men, but with women, you get baby dolls for Christmas, right? Right, you get baby dolls for Christmas and stuff like that, right? So then, why you have that is training you to take care of a child in so many ways, symbolically of that, right? So that's that's already the effect of relationship, right? So at that point, you don't even know. So then you think about it from a standpoint of, as you get older, boyfriend or whatever you choose to date these days, and then you get to a point where getting married is imprinted so early, right? And so when you throw that factor and that pressure in too, all those other things as far as missing things and all, you're not, that pressure alone can get a lot of people. Because people marry young, very young.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Very young. So
right.
And the things I said, I'm speaking from experience. Like those have been my thoughts before. And so there are different, and just like you said, there are different factors that come into it. You dating a person that you're like, they all right, they're cool. Be all right.
You're right. Yeah, I have to totally agree with you. At first, I was kind of like, but you know what? You're right. The different factors that come into play,
Yes,
because
or the
that
things
that
that
has been my experience as well.
Yep.
I mean, I've in the past,
Thinking about it.
in the past,
She talking about last week. Go ahead. I'm just messing with you.
my sister, Mark, Claudette,
That's my
used
girl
to
right
tell
there.
me all the time. She was like, "You and my mom, you don't give a brother a chance." Like, dang, stick around for a little bit. Now, I'm not saying accept anything.
Mhm.
So when I say in the past, I mean, I was like, okay, you ain't check this box.
Man.
You right. So I had to learn some things, right? I
Right.
had to learn some things, right? So when you said, Corey, that you think that women know, that technically we know, and you're right, there are different things that say that. Now, when you say it's not necessary, sis, that the brother was bad. He
Mhm.
was abusive, or we ignored it, or he was a
Oh
cheater
no.
and
It's
we
just he
ignored it.
might
Yeah,
not
yeah,
be
yeah.
he might
It's
not be
just
right for
things
me.
that we kind of said, like you said, that might not be so bad.
Mm-hmm.
That might not be
Knowing
so
darn
bad.
well the fact that I even identified it, it ain't gonna work for me.
It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. And I did that twice. Literally back to back. I did that.
Yeah.
It was a back to back thing, because in my mind, it was you know what? I haven't tried this. And what you said, Corey, like, they always saying that, I don't give a brother a chance. I don't give him
Yes.
long enough to really see. So let
Yeah.
me give him a chance and let me
Yeah.
see, because I usually choose this type of guy. This is the type of guy that I really want.
Mhm.
But this one is, saying the right things, doing the right things, because I'm sorry, this ain't a sister that really miss much or accept or allow much. I just
Mhm.
don't. So that thought process was, and this is something, ding, 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 I learned about myself in counseling.
Mm-hmm.
This is something I learned about myself in counseling. It's not necessarily that you're choosing the wrong men. Not necessarily, because they could be good guys. And they were good guys in their own
Mm-hmm.
right. And they were good enough for me to say, okay. But there was certain things that I required and I needed. And I put that out up front, and I presented it up front, that they weren't honest about. So when you said, Corey, that we know, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's a little something that says this or that. Like, okay, you don't make as much money, but that can be okay. Because I'm not looking for you to take care of me in that, right? I just need you to hold, be able to hold that on and hold that up
Mhm.
if, for instance, something happens and I cannot. So,
But you know what? Standards can also be blinders too, as well, right? Too high.
yes.
Everybody should have standards, but too many high standards, especially when you don't meet the same standards that you look for, can be blinders, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be simple as that. You may want things to be a certain way all the way across the board, and you think you so focus on that, and the guy you deem to be the one for you may have those type of standards, but when it comes to the other things that really matter, when it comes to relationship, that may not connect. So your standards didn't allow you to attach yourself to somebody who didn't really have your best interest. You just thought he looked good on paper and he said the
Mm-hmm.
right things. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that can be
Yeah.
something that can get you caught up with the wrong person.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. That's where I was going a little while ago, and it was
Right.
alluding to that what you just said.
Right.
It's they come off. That's why I was saying about the moving too fast thing. I'm so
Right.
surprised that I was able to come back with that thought, because that was about 10 minutes ago. But the fact of the moving too fast thing,
Mm-hmm.
and this brother or this woman is coming on strong, and no, I want to be with you. Like, I you're the man for me. You're and it's moving fast, and she wants to do these things quickly. And again, I'm sure there are healthy, productive, growing, long-standing relationships where it didn't take them a year to even know that they wanted to be with that person. But it's not always the case. Vetting is so important. Go ahead, Corey.
I was gonna say that's so true. I got engaged the same night I met somebody before.
Damn.
Wow.
Stories.
You gotta tell that story.
I'll tell y'all.
The truth
But
is
the
finally
Lord,
coming out. Go ahead.
Right. It was up, right, Mark? We was waiting.
Right. We waiting on something.
honestly, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I think I'm the person that would be great with an arranged marriage. And here's why.
Okay, tell us this arrangement.
Yeah.
I
You gotta
feel like I'd be okay with it because as long as we got the same goals, and typically in arranged marriage, people would vet the person. The people I know have my best interest at heart.
Okay.
I ain't gotta do it,
Okay.
But if we got the same goal and the same belief system, and we're there,
Yeah.
the other stuff, I get it. Love will come when that's cool. Now the
Mhm.
person I was engaged to, the same evening I met him, we lasted for quite a while. It was cool. I messed it up, but
Wow.
it served me because he knew what he wanted.
Now, was he introduced to you, like from people you all knew?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I used to.
Okay. There's that arranged. Okay. Where that thought process comes.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Mhm.
And we were cool. Like I said, I messed it up, but it worked because we had it together. If you come to me and we're aligned, babe, we can get married tomorrow. Let's go. I'm good.
Mhm. Mhm.
We got it. We can do it. We'll make it work.
T, what you think?
I'm liking that.
Okay.
Hey, Kevin. Hey,
Especially
Kevin, I got
if
you. I got you, Kevin.
Wait a minute. What, Captain?
Kevin, I can give you his number if you want it. You can call and confirm for yourself.
Go ahead, T. You said you liking that.
Yeah, because like for me, I'm just thinking like at my age, like my people know me. They know what I like. They know
Mhm.
my characteristics. They know what my goals are, what I'm pursuing, and what I want. So the physical attraction, like Corey was saying, that can come later because I have seen some people that I wasn't physically attracted
Yeah.
to, but
I
just
was like, how
getting
the hell
to
did I?
know them. When you get to know them as a person, you don't look at that.
Mhm.
So
That is
now
true.
I feel like, all right, you got to get past the physical part and just start looking, I guess what you call the inner,
Mhm.
to really get to know somebody. Because I have very high standards, and I do have to be realistic.
Now, let's see. I'm a side note, side point. I think we are more acceptable. We are more accepting, excuse me,
Absolutely.
of the physical
Absolutely.
than the men are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I saw you smirking down there, Mark.
I know. That little monster me was trying to get him. I was trying to keep it down, but I couldn't.
I saw it. Yeah. Women are much more. They are much more. Because I'm yeah.
But let it be a bad night. If you don't shut your ugly ass
Yo, ugly. and then when you see them afterwards, after it's over. Because I ain't gonna lie. I see my ex quite often, y'all, and I'm like, what the hell was
What was I thinking?
Are you serious? Very sweet guy. Like, he was a very sweet guy. He has his ways, and he was very sweet, and there was no expectation of dating this man. I had no thoughts of dating this man. But he was applying pressure. When I say applying pressure, I'm not saying negatively. He was applying pressure with things that I'm like, okay. Yeah. But there was not a physical attraction. And I'm gonna be honest, that played a part within the process of things, because like you said, Mark, I get mad and I'd be like,
Yeah. Shut your little ass
I don't even know why you here. How you get here anyway?
right,
up.
what the hell?
You must have been born in the woods.
Oh God!
But yeah, I do believe women are definitely. I couldn't wait to say it, Teresa, to you finish talking because Mark was ready for it. Yeah, we are
I'm over here
definitely more.
I'm over here, man. Listen, and I'm not gonna speak for all for men, but I'm taking a wild guess, but I'm in the ballpark because I don't like to talk for all men, but I'm gonna say this.
Right.
No, I am gonna say this. Men are judged, especially by other men, by the woman they have on their arm. You see what I'm saying? So the woman they have on their arm has to look a certain way. You see what I'm saying? It's a status thing. You see what I'm saying? So we're gonna go for the best looking thing. Or what we deem
Not
to be that.
always, because I saw
But-
some
Hold on, Rod.
good-looking men with some chick. I'm like, how does
Donna,
she
can you
pull
please hit
hell?
her with it? Can you hit her with it?
Some
Hit her with it. Hit her with it, please. Some but all. Some but not all.
some but all.
Oh, some at all.
Some but all. Some but not all.
Teresa, I was getting ready to say that. You
So-
can tell the
But
ones that
you're right. There are
and you
some
be
that,
like, that
yeah.
brother must really be in love.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, they must have been friends first,
Or
or
how the
maybe she
heck
helped them through a rough
did-
patch.
What's that?
Yeah. When,
Oh yeah, tell me, is that bubbles around your neck like Michael Jackson? I'm sorry.
You are not sorry. You
Look,
were.
look, my
You
mom,
said it.
my mom
bad.
says,
I'm
my
bad.
mom says every baboon think their
Right.
baboon is cute.
Exactly. For real.
So
Look,
what's attractive to you may not be attractive to somebody else.
right?
Yeah,
Right.
They like what they like, why they like it, and that's just fine. We just joking, y'all. You like what you like, and as long as you like it, we love it.
Right.
As long as
Absolutely.
they treating you right, they're
I know that's
respecting
right.
you, and
Mhm.
all of those things. Yep.
But
Mhm.
also don't settle.
Right.
Don't settle.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
settling it gets you nowhere but back in the dayline.
Exactly. Don't.
That's all
yes.
they'll do. You know what I mean? So yeah, we over here tripping.
Wrong
Hey,
turn. Be careful who you attract yourself to. So since we in the area of fruit, this picture came up. That's 2 mangoes.
that's what it look like.
That's 2 mangoes, y'all, right? So when I saw this picture, one mango is obviously ripe. One is ripening. One is getting to the point of sweetness where you can eat it. And the other one is just as green can be. Just as green can be. My thought process with that one was wrong turn could mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that the relationship is bad and this person is just awful and you like, man, what the hell I do or whatever. It could also mean one person is growing, one person is learning, and the other person is stagnant. They're not getting anywhere. They're not moving along to help the relationship to move to another level or a healthy place. For instance, okay, when you first started, let's say a new married couple, right? Young married couple, because we don't want to go with the older people. We want to go with the newer married couples, say they're between the ages of 25 and 30, both of them in that range. And they have conflict, they have arguments, and they used to going at each other, saying things that aren't nice, not respectful, and they're beating each other down with their words. And then say the man, just for all intents and purposes, just say the man starts reading, or he starts going to counseling, or he starts hanging around men, husbands who have healthy relationships. and they've been through some things, kind of like what we do here. And they start to learn from this person. And when the conflict comes with their wife, it's different now. And he's saying, hey, babe, why don't we take a moment and, step away from this for a minute and come back when we're ready. And her response is, no, ninja, you da 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 da. And she's refusing. She's staying that green mango. She's refusing to ripen. She's refusing to learn. What's y'all thoughts on the mango picture? Based on, however you saw that, knowing where we are in context of where we are. What's y'all thoughts on the mango picture?
I think you need to go to the farmer's market this weekend with all this fruit stuff you showing. That's good. I mean, I'm still trying to understand the picture again. I'm sorry.
Okay. So wrong turn. Because
wrong turn.
what we started off with.
Right. I'm sorry.
What we started off with, and I'm sure everybody felt like and thought, that means it was a bad relationship. The outcome was bad. Wrong turn. Be careful who you attach yourself to.
Right.
It was a bad relationship. It didn't turn out good at all. We broke up. We went our separate ways. And then you can name all these things about that person why you shouldn't have even been in that relationship in the first place, if you would have known. On this one, I'm saying you have one person in a relationship that's growing.
Mm-hmm.
The other person is not. They're not making the relationship a better place.
Right.
Because we already know we're going to have conflict in relationships. That's a given. You can't get past that. But how you have your conflict makes the difference if your relationship is successful or not. So yeah, we can forget the mangoes if we need to.
Oh no, I was gonna say. Now, if you're married, I don't know what you would do in that situation because I can't speak to that. Now, if you're single and you're in that relationship, because to me, anybody that's not married is single. So if you're single and you're in a relationship with somebody, and there's no movement on their part or yours, there's no movement, someone's stagnant, that person is probably selfish.
Or they don't know, or they may not know.
I was about to say,
and then your ideas may change, so he may look different to you.
Right. I was gonna say,
or think about that too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or I was gonna say that.
Okay. So let's talk about this then. Let's talk about this. Because Corey, that's two different perspectives y'all came from, and I agree with both of them. So let's go with yours, Corey. Let's say, and honestly, I don't think it matters if you're married or single. I think it falls into place the same way for both. Because if you have someone that is not willing, now remember I said they were going at each other. They both two mangoes hanging there. They both going at each other. Mark said nothing about the fruit. They both going at each other. Remember I said they're kind of entry level in this relationship. And it really doesn't matter what their age is. But they're dating, they're courting, or they married. Oh, that was one of our three. But either they're in one of those categories, right? So based on that, if one is not growing and being productive, Corey, you say you don't know what you would do, but you're coming from a perspective.
No, I know what I would do.
Okay, what would you do?
Oh, it's time to go. Because here's the deal.
Okay.
That includes a marriage. That includes marriages too, I think.
We're talking about marriage too.
For marriages, I would say that. Yeah.
Because what would have to be happening for a woman for you to say, and just speaking possibly because there's another woman listening and be saying the same thing as you. What would you have to see? What would have to happen for you to be like, deuces, I'm out on this one?
Who you talking to, me or Corey? I'm
Corey.
Sorry. Okay.
I'm Corey.
So if the person is in their own world and it's almost like they're just existing, but they're not being a functional part of the relationship, then they're not concerned for me. That's why I said
Mhm.
they might be selfish, because they're
Mhm.
not concerned. If you can't, we're supposed to be pouring into our partners. So if you're not doing anything and I'm doing all the pouring,
Mhm.
you're accepting. It's working for you because you don't seem like you're going anywhere unless you're cheating,
Mhm.
But if I'm
Mhm.
pouring into you, you're not pouring back, or it's like there's nothing. You're not interested. I gotta go,
Okay. Okay. All
because what am
right.
I sitting there for?
Okay. So, Mark, your perspective. Yours was different. Yours was what if they don't know? So, what does that look like then if they don't know, based off of
Oh
that?
no, I mean some people aren't. Some people aren't really equipped to be in relationships. At certain points in their life. You see what I'm saying? So they may not know how to whatever it is you don't like. They may not know how to deliver it. Right? Some
Mhm.
people aren't. This is what it is. I mean, that's but to me, just based on the whole thing of I have to see movement. I don't care what position I mean, if I don't see movement and I don't see upward trajectory, I'm in a relationship and we're forever growing, it doesn't entertain me. It doesn't make me, you see what I'm saying? It doesn't do anything for me. You see what I'm saying? We only have
Mhm.
one life.
Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
And to
Mhm.
be stagnant in one
Mhm.
space for me is uncomfortable.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm
So,
saying?
but
So
you were saying, what if that person just does not know how to do that?
you work with those people. That's yeah. You go through. Okay, because we all do change. You do have to make adjustments along the way because my ideas will be different from yours. Yours may be different, so we have to come together. You'll know when it's time to reconvene to the table. It's very important to have, and I don't know. I know this now, not being married anymore. So my approach would probably be: we understand that through time we all change. At some point, we do check-ins. We make sure we're still understanding each other's change and move forward. So if someone isn't working in a matter to improve that area, after several attempts of us having conversations, being an example of what it's supposed to be, then you got to make a decision because you only have one life to live.
Right. 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 Because Teresa, you got anything?
No, I was gonna kind of agree with what Mark was saying, but my whole thing is, as Mark and Corey was talking, it's about how long. How long do you wait? How long do you make that decision? Okay, this is not going anywhere, because if you're in it for just a short period of time, if you're having that conflict, it's like, okay, am I gonna work with this person, or am I just gonna, bounce? I'm out. We don't see eye to eye. For me, sometimes somebody said, oh, I think it was you, Mark, said that maybe that person don't know how. So then you have to make that conscious decision. Okay, they don't know how. Maybe I can show them, because
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
sometimes telling somebody they don't hear you. So you lead by example.
Lead by
You
example,
show
right?
them.
Check your
Mhm.
boxes. I
Yep.
call it checking your boxes. Before you
Yep.
make a decision to leave a relationship, check your boxes. Okay, all right. So where am I? How did I do this? Did I take care of this right or not? Boom. Okay, check. Okay, now did I do this? Check. By the time you check all your boxes, and if it ain't where it need to be,
Hmm.
that's when you need to go. But the most important thing I would probably say too, because we all so we got to tie it all in together about belief systems, right? So if you have
Mhm.
whatever your belief system is, right? If once you tap into that, at some point, it's something that in you is going to actually literally whisper in your ear and tell you it's time to go, right? Or you're going to feel it, right? So to the point of time, that's the time, right? When you hear from yourself and not
Mhm.
from other people
Mhm.
or the person that's trying to manipulate you or keep you around. You got to listen to yourself regardless.
Right. Right. Because we hear all the time, of course, it's a part of the marriage vows for those who have the generic vows, and that's just what it is. For better or for worse,
Mhm.
sickness or poor, sickness and health, and
Uh-huh.
all of those things, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I'll say this. I'll be similar to how God do it. If thou was forsaken thee, I would cast thee into the pits of hell. Meaning, I will get rid of you if I don't have heavenly. Listen, if I don't have heavenly moments, but you keep giving me hell, I'm gonna send you to where you belong. Okay.
Listen, if
That's
you did
true.
it the way he said in the first get-go, you wouldn't have to do that.
There it
Right,
is.
He wouldn't have
There
put
it
it
is.
in there for better and for worse. We
Right,
gotta
man.
follow
right,
his way
right,
Right.
and not
right.
go
I
with our
mean,
So
own way.
I don't
I,
know, man.
you right.
That's a
You right,
hard one.
T.
I'm sorry. I don't believe in torture. I'm sorry. Slavery is not
Oh,
in my language.
I have to say I'm on both spectrums of it. I'm on both
Because I'm
sides of it. I
divorced,
can
first of
agree.
all. I'm divorced. We
Yeah,
both divorced. For better
right,
for worse. Somebody was acting worse. So it's
right,
better for us to leave.
right. Exactly, exactly. But yeah, so I'm definitely my of course, and of course the older I get, right,
Right.
the older I get, but even not with age. So let's not get with the older part, but just the
Right.
fact that I think some people stay in it just because that's what's expected of them.
Right. The
Yep.
expectation or the
They
fear
Yeah.
stay
of
just because that's
failure.
what's expected. Now, I'm not an advocate for divorce, yet I'm divorced twice.
Oh Lord.
So, yeah. So what I mean by
You
that,
was
when I say I'm
finished
not an advocate
twice.
for divorce, it's not something that I will push for someone to do.
Right.
I would never tell someone, "Hey, you need to leave that person," or whatever, because that's between that household, right? I just know personally for myself, um, my children's father, that divorce shouldn't have ever happened. Truth be told, it shouldn't have ever happened. We were both young, and we got to look at all the things that go behind what happened and why it happened, right? We were both young and had a child young and trying to do this thing, and it did not work because now we're growing and maturing what we should have gotten before we got there in the first place,
Mhm.
and now we're pulling apart. But for the ones that are even excuse me, older or didn't have that type of experience, excuse me, I am not an advocate for divorce because I feel like the family network, the family dynamic is the most beautiful thing
Hmm.
created by God. Outside of all the other stuff, of course, because we're talking about people, right? We're talking about people. And I always feel like if a family can work, because I knew a couple that were divorced, left each other, moved on, had other lives, did whatever. 15 years later, they came back together. So if it can work, I think it's important to make that thing work. And if it's coming back together, it's coming back together. But never be in a place in a position, because what's the topic tonight? Wrong term. Be careful who you who you attach, excuse me, yourself to. Um, it does not always end like we may want it to or like we expect it to. But you got to do the work. And I think everybody here is saying that. You have to do the work. You just don't throw somebody away. And in doing the work, we have to understand that that person is different from who we are. Their life experiences are different from what our life experiences may have been. Like, I come from a loud house. Like, we be at it. All of us here, we talking, we doing whatever. It's loud, music loud, everything loud. We used to be woken up in the morning. My dad had a system that covered the whole wall in the living room. Speakers, turntables, reel to reel. Y'all remember all of that?
Mhm.
That was the alarm for the whole house in the morning. That thing was on timer, and Sugar Hill Gang woke us up. That thing was loud. That's why I have such a love for music, because my dad, all the time, he was playing music all the time. They was playing music all the time. And so to be with a man, for example, that's used to his mother speaking this way, and honey, don't do that, and you got to understand, it's not necessarily that we don't mix and we don't mesh. It just means you got to understand your lady's a bit loud, and and that doesn't mean disrespect. That doesn't mean she's not respecting me because her voice is raised, or whatever. we have to look at those differences and respect the differences in one another. And not just, we not saying in no way, y'all, just throw that relationship away unless there's some form of abuse.
Mentally and spiritual abuse.
Physical, emotional, all of that.
So, yep.
All of that. I will advocate to death for a relationship to end with that stuff is in place. And again, when you get some help, if you get some help, it's very possible that sincerity and trying to make a change and difference can help that relationship be back together. Let's see what
I just think that, when you talk about, I just again, the pressure of the whole, the whole marriage thing is so, I think it definitely needs to be highlighted, because you're just programmed with that from the time you're born, right? So
right.
I was telling somebody the other day, I was saying there should be like a once you leave high school, there should be, instead of relationship, it should be some internship or eternal, or some type of eternal time for people to really figure out who they are.
Yeah.
Because I think, because they, school, graduate, marriage, children, you know what I mean? And we do it so young, we haven't really discovered who we are and the things that we desire, our own self, especially as men. Right. You're talking about leaving the house at 19, 20 years old. I mean, you haven't even, you just finished, somebody just finished telling you to make your bed up, right? So now you're leaving to go into the world. So now you got to navigate the world, figure it out, and then you take on relationships and don't even know who and what you are and know how to relate to your own self.
Yeah, that's good
You
stuff.
know what I'm saying? That's usually happens. You know what I mean? And we're programmed to believe that. And so I just think that from just the root of it all, we're just thrust into relationships.
Yeah, because society says when you graduate, you turn 18, you getting out of my house.
Right.
How you sending a child out into the world? I never. And then of course there's a difference with, well, the boy has to go, but the girl can stay longer. Why? Because he's the one that you want directing and over the girl. So we're gonna kick him out and boot him out early without the skills or the tools or the know-how.
Exactly. That's what kills me.
Be that what we expect him to be. That's crazy. And I have to say, in our communities, Black folks, stop it. Stop feeling like just because they graduated high school, they got to get out your house. Now, make that joker get a job, go to school. There has to be another level, because you can't let him stay home and let him play Xbox all day, and then paying his bills or paying her bills, and then expect her to go out. That's a taboo too.
You got to make them uncomfortable. That's the only way you're gonna be able to get them out the house. I think that this is a totally different subject, but when you say about children, you definitely gotta be stern. You got to make it uncomfortable. So when they they'll make the decision to leave. You ain't got to kick them out.
I don't know. I don't agree with the uncomfortable.
I had two sons I raised.
I want to make you knowledgeable enough that you want to go, but you want to go, and you want to go with knowing that I'm ready. And
you going ready.
And how do you do that? You create environments around your home to make it uncomfortable for them to learn life, because life is uncomfortable, right?
Okay. In that aspect, life can't. No. I want mine to go out there being comfortable so they can maintain their life. Because if I'm uncomfortable, I'm struggling. I need to know how to do this thing.
I think you're taking.
I hear what you're saying. I got you.
Yeah, uncomfortable in the standpoint is there are some uncomfortable moments in our own lives. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Knowing how to get out of those things by using the things you need to get you out of those holes.
I get you.
You can create that in the house.
Make it uncomfortable, but let's make it uncomfortable with some common sense.
Let's put it to you like this: if you make them sit there long enough, and you do everything for them, guess what? They're gonna be the same men that you don't want to date.
That's what I was saying.
Okay, so
that's what I was saying.
Which way you want to do it?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Because you do it that way, They no good for the world. I used to tell my
Right.
ex-husband with my daughter, "You gonna make that girl no good for the world.
Exactly.
Stop
Exactly.
doing everything for her. Let her do
Right.
her own homework. Are you
Right.
serious?"
Because
She at the kitchen table and look over, and he doing her math. Sir, she gotta go take this test. You know that, right?
I like what Cedric Newton said. Someone can be uncomfortable staying too long.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yep, that's on the
yeah,
lines of what you were saying, Mark. I agree. It can be uncomfortable
yeah,
staying too
yeah,
long.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's.
I
I
see what you're
mean,
saying.
dating and all this stuff ties into like. I'm just gonna say on the man's side. I mean, is there of lack of leadership? There is. Definitely in our age range. I'm gonna be honest. There's a lack of leadership. You know what I mean? This is the effects. You remember when there were single mothers in the home? Guess
Mhm,
what? You was probably say that was around the time my generation was around.
mhm, mhm,
Pretty much coming from a single mother at one point, a
mhm.
lot of other single mothers. So you know, the skill set of seeing and understanding dating and women and all this other stuff, you're just seeing the lack of poor leadership, which is one of the reasons why we are in what we in as far as dating. If that makes sense, right? We don't
Right.
know how to navigate or even know how to properly engage with women
Mhm,
like we should.
mhm, mhm.
Just being
So
honest. So,
Jimmy made a post on his page, and y'all know Jimmy. For those of you all don't, he's one of the gentlemen that comes on with us sometimes. He and his wife are relationship counselors for couples. Um, and I'm kind of paraphrasing because it went a little long. It was a little lengthy, but he put a post on his page with a woman. She was, I want to say, she was a therapist. Um, and she was saying that men technically, I hope I'm getting this right. Men technically know how to cover all areas of relationships. Women do not. And I had to listen to that a few times. And I wish I had the video, but it's a little off. But um men know how to cover all areas of relationships, women don't. And what I got from that was men are expected to cover everything. They gotta protect us. They gotta provide for us. We looking for them to make sure we good, our emotions, to make sure they're giving us the things that we need. But women, society wise, are just taught to receive that. They're not taught to cover him wholly and fully. Like, what do I need to do for my man or my husband to make sure he feels protected and he can trust me? So I did. I listened to it a few times, and my comment to that was just what I said. Society teaches that. That if you feel like men, do y'all understand what I'm saying? Do y'all agree with that?
I,
That
I,
men cover. Okay.
I mean, we probably cover different, but do play a, you guys do play a key in covering your part. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what age dynamics, what like I don't when he says, I'm just trying to figure out that age dynamics, right? There may be
Mhm.
in a younger, but women that are around my age, they still bring some sort
Right.
of something to it. So I mean,
Yeah.
they may be covered in a different way. You
It's
know what I'm
not
saying?
saying, it's not talking
I'm
about
trying to figure out.
necessarily bringing something to the table, like I can pay my
Well,
half, you pay your half,
I'm
or
not. No, I'm
or
not talking. Bring something to the table as far as positive. I know people use that. I'm sorry for using that as a trigger,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
mean by like saying they're not just sitting back. I think there are women that are playing their part. How about that
Well, no, we're
in the
talking. We're
relationship?
This video was talking about the emotional side of things.
Oh,
It
okay.
was
Well,
more tapped
of
in on
course.
the emotional side of things. Like women, she was saying that women, and again, this was my response to it because this is what I ended up getting out of it. That we expect you all to cover us fully. Y'all are givers. And in our thought process, I thought, with women, society says we're receivers, right? The men are the
Right.
givers, the women are
Right.
the receivers. So
Okay.
that means if you're giving, you got to know how to cover every gamut, every spectrum of me as a woman. If I'm a receiver, then I don't have to worry about these emotions that you might have over here, or this thought or this feeling that you have over here, because I'm just doing this part. And and I wish I could have played that video for
Yeah.
y'all to get more in depth and
Yeah.
understanding of that. And I'm
I
trying
think
to
somebody just kind of. I think somebody just kind of went a little bit more deeper than they probably should have, because I know at some point, as you said, from the emotional side, you guys are. I think in some cases, women think we're supposed to know certain things, and we don't really know. You know what I mean? That's
Mhm.
insane, and vice versa.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We expect some things you guys don't know. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So maybe that's the attitude of a woman who, but like a lot of things we don't understand about each other. That sounds like maybe a woman who doesn't. I don't know. Understand? I'm still trying to figure that whole thing out.
I don't.
So
From what it sounds like, I don't feel like that's the case. The thing is, we cover each other, and it may look different, but I do believe we cover each other. For example, I would expect my man to protect me.
Mhm.
Protection is big. If I feel like you can't protect me, I'm not interested in you. I don't care how you could be my dream looking man. It's not
Fine, you are right.
exactly. I don't trust you. It's not gonna work. However, if I want you to protect me, I'm gonna protect you. Now I might not have the muscle, but I'm not gonna let anybody dog walk you in these streets. I'm gonna stand up for you. I'm gonna make sure that I protect your reputation, that I protect the things that are important to you. And like I said, that's different, but it's still protection. It just looks differently. Yeah, I don't think so. I think we cover all the areas as well.
can women be selfish? Yes.
We can
Yes,
take
we
that
can
one on,
agree.
huh?
Right. Shit. But
We
he's
can
supposed
take
to
that
know
one
this, and
on.
that's for the emotional. Yeah, we can't tap. Yeah, there's certain things we just not gonna. I mean, certain things we can't cover, but I understand certain things, but not. And
Mhm.
women
Mhm.
expect it because that's a sign of protection, maybe.
Mhm.
In
Mhm.
order for that, that's another form of protection, I
Of
guess. I don't know.
protection.
Well, I don't know because when you say all areas, I don't know what those areas are specifically. So I'm
Well, we
just
talking
gonna
about the
say,
emotional. I think she was talking about the emotional side. I think
Right.
sometimes
oh, well,
women
yeah.
think we're supposed to tap into certain things. I can see why, but then again, we're just not gonna be able to do it.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
guys' expectations are can be, and okay. So it's okay to have expectations, and you guys do have high expectations in the emotional side from us.
Mhm.
Those
Mhm.
they're very high. We're not gonna be able to reach that.
But
Right.
that
Just work
that
with
You
ex-
know,
understanding.
we're not gonna get that from
but
y'all.
that explains
I
it
know, I
though.
know, I know, I know you're not gonna get it from us. I know you're gonna get it from us, but some don't feel that way, and if they don't get it, then it's hell to pay.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's
But
hell
that
to
that
pay.
that explains
Some
the
and
point.
all.
I think some of the I think that
Depends
explains the
on what
point.
time of the month it is. Oh, I'm sorry.
Another thing.
Can
I
I?
think that kind of explains the point of the video though, right? Because again,
Excuse me.
the expectation of men, like Mark was saying, and we just have to admit it, ladies. There are times when we want him to just know what we want
Right.
and to just know what we need.
We're not gonna be able to do it.
But that's a situation. That's something that's laid out in the expectations of what society puts out. Because look at last week, we were talking about the princess thing, right? And
Mm-hmm.
her wanting certain things. And there's nothing wrong with her wanting certain things, especially the list of things that were laid out that she wanted and needed from her man. But there are things. If we had a list of what is expected of men and expected of women, which list would be longer?
Y'all's.
The
No,
woman.
no. What's expected of men and what's
Well-
expected of women to do?
Oh
Which one would be longer?
Ours, what we expect of men.
no, I was the men.
What's expected?
I did
It's
expected
probably
of the men.
okay. In all fairness, it may be because some men say, some men, quite a few men, when they if they're told the note, then yes, they're gonna have more. But let's say this. Let's be honest. It can't be really too much, baby, because most of the women are carrying the coins anyway. You see what I'm saying? They can't. Women are carrying the
Mhm.
coins, but guys who usually have their own resources and control their situation, yes, they may have more expectations for women because they're able to take care of everything. If that
Well,
makes
remember,
sense.
we're not talking about monetarily. We're not talking
I,
about.
I know you're not talking about monetarily, but I'm telling you that typically for men, the list,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So from the monetary side of things, if we're handling everything, yes, we're gonna expect more to this, to what we're saying. Since I am doing this, you got to do dot, kids,
Okay.
daughter, so and
Okay.
so. That's
So
why I'm
I
saying
see.
that.
I see what you're
Yeah,
saying. How that list could.
yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna expect you to. Most men with a lot of resources is going to expect more because they feel like they're giving you a lifestyle.
Giving lifestyle. Okay. Let's.
Right. So
But what I would think,
I'm sorry.
because even
We'll come
if
back.
if a woman make more, if you're talking about monetary,
okay.
when she come home, a man sometimes will still expect her to do certain things unless that conversation is kind of like had. If a woman work and she come home, a man and he work and he come home, he still expect, oh, what's for dinner? Oh, what the kids doing? Oh, da 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 da. So I don't see where that
Okay.
will kind of
Okay.
make
I'm gonna tell you
I'm glad
a
why.
you said
difference.
that,
Now,
T.
if you're making, if the woman's at home, like maybe as soon as he get home, he want the house clean because what were you doing all day? He might think of it like that.
Okay.
But besides that, unless y'all have that conversation,
So can I ask this?
I don't
So can I
see.
ask this question? What
Let me
sets
just
up
this
that
one
thought
part.
process, though?
Let me just this one piece. I'm gonna just tell you from the man's part, it's gonna be a lot less if he doesn't have resources, because the thing that gives us confidence is our pockets, right? The moments our pockets are less. Have you ever seen a man that's broke and a man that had money? They have two different attitudes. So a man that don't have a lot of resources, ain't they may expect dinner and all those other things, but their list is not going to be as long because they don't have the leverage in their mind. That's
It's
why a lot of women. That's why a lot of women that have resources have hard time finding men because they feel like they can't reach their potential with women that have more than them as far as the resources. Their list is not going to be that long.
so all of that everybody just said, it's still coming from a societal norm
Absolutely.
that's looked at. Teresa said, where you at on the screen? Teresa said she may cook as well, but when she comes home, the expectation is still what's for dinner. Like, I work too. Like, what's for dinner? So we're talking about societal norms. We're talking about how society lays it out to what that should look like. So that's what I meant at the top of what I was saying, that men hold a larger percentage of expectation. Let me kind of put it like that and see if that of
Yeah, I don't agree with
expectation.
that.
Then on the
Right.
emotional standpoint, than women do. Men can understand this. Okay, let's not say whole because all don't do. All don't do, right?
Right.
Let's say on the emotional standpoint only.
Mhm.
Y'all are expected to know what I'm feeling, I'm thinking, I want, I
Right.
need, protect me, provide for me. The woman is thinking, I just need to do this or just that. Y'all see what I'm saying? As far as the societal
I
norm of
agree.
that. So from what this video
Mhm.
was saying, and it was a woman speaking, she said men are required to be able to men know on an emotional spectrum, whether they're doing it or not, they know and they have this more emotional responsibility than women do. Not saying that it's fair and it's right. Just from go ahead, Corey, just from where she was coming from. Go ahead, Corey.
Oh no, Cedric
Yeah.
Newton has some things to say. He said, "I hear you. Do you think the difference came along when women started having to take care of the outside of the home as well as the inside, as opposed to how it was in the beginning?" Then he says, we were talking about men and insecurity and stuff from Mark. Cedric said that goes back to a lack of leadership. A lot of men need to step up. And then he was just talking about his personal experiences with his rearing, growing up. And he said he's been, I'm sorry, you guys on the screen. My bad, I'm over here. He was raised by
I'm just trying to let everybody see.
He worked as we worked as a team. I know family dynamics vary greatly. And right before that, he said, I've been on both sides. I guess he was talking about he was the breadwinner and then he wasn't. And he said, when I was down, the house stayed clean. I think that I don't think we see that dynamic a lot, because I think Mark has got a point when he's talking about men. Their confidence is different when they don't have a lot of money. And we see that portrayed in television. When the man loses his job, he's home, he's depressed, he's sitting on the couch, the place is a mess. You don't usually see that.
Yeah,
but
can we come back to the point of that? Wrong turn. Be careful who you attach yourself to, because if you have a man that responds in that way, that means he is projecting all of his failures, his wrongs, his where he's not on you. If the relationship is becoming difficult because of that, because there's a difference in a man, and there are some men that don't hold a lot of weight financially more than they ladies, and that don't mean a thing to them. I'm still the man of this house. I'm still going to be careful who you attach yourself to, because whether it's on both sides of it, if you are attaching yourself to a man who, Corey, you made a good point. You used the word selfish. That means what I don't have and what I can't do, instead of saying, hey, babe, we a team, let's work together. What's mine is yours, what's yours is mine, and get that mindset in your household. He wants you to feel like you're a problem because he's feeling inadequate. Other side of it. She cannot be your mama. And I'm not saying expect her to be your mama. Get what I'm saying in the point. Because this man is used to his mother being nurturing, caring. She cooks, she does this, she that. She takes care of it, she holds it down. Daddy don't have too many problems. He can't remember daddy having any problems because mama took care of things. Of course, they had their conflicts, but there's those relationships that work through it because they stuck together, they stuck with it. And now he's looking at her to be that, and she's struggling and she can't be. So what's she gonna do? She gonna talk about his mama? Go live with your mama then. Go be with your mama then. You want somebody like your mama. So be careful who you attach yourself to. Because if we don't learn that it's okay to leave that relationship alone for your sanity, your health, your peace of mind, it's okay to do that because you've attached yourself to somebody that you didn't realize was a leech and sucking the blood and draining you. Be careful. Wrong turn. The good thing about a wrong turn, y'all, what happens when we driving and we follow the GPS and we make a wrong turn? What happens?
They put you right back on and say, hey, Turn over here. Let's get back. Let's get back on course.
Make a U-turn at the next stop.
Like,
Turn your ass around. So making a wrong turn does not mean you have to stay stuck and stagnant. You know what? I didn't think that this discussion was going to end up focusing on breaking up. But
I mean, these conversations, I mean, they're all part of one tree. I mean, so I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
all comes together. I mean,
yeah, cuz breaking up is not always bad. It's not always bad. And it doesn't have to be ugly. It doesn't have to be. That's something we got to realize too. Real life means it's not always going to work out, but it does not mean you have to walk away with things being ugly. With things being ugly. So that's going back, to our strawberry. Oh, he done set up with the mic.
oh no, I'm just sitting up. What's going on? What are we doing?
Oh,
What strawberries
I
doing?
was about to
That
say,
goes
hold on, just
that
give
goes
us
back to our
again.
strawberry. And what I was saying, just because the bad strawberry was connected and attached to the good one does not mean that the good strawberry has to fester and turn whatever. You can detach yourself. You can detach yourself from the negative. If he or she is being a narcissist and you know this, for your sanity and peace of mind, because that person is going to constantly try to bring you down because they're already down. And that's what we have to realize. They're already down. When they say if they go low, we go lower. Nah, I'm not trying to go down there with you. I'm not trying to go down there with you. Because that's not who I am. And if you go down there with them, guess what? That's who you are.
Hmm.
That is who you are. But make that U-turn. Make that U-turn. Let's see. Because Cedric trying to drop some nuggets. Where there is, well, there's more to the story that prevents me from seeking my mother. But yes, there were some dark days. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure, Sid. I'm sure there were. I think we all can speak on some dark days. But, everybody speaks on their own. So, I've learned not to compare. Be like, well, it's bad for everybody. You don't know what my bad looks like.
Hmm.
You don't know what levels I can tolerate and I can take in that bad. So saying that once again, just because Auntie Bertha and them stayed together for it seemed like forever they was around when Jesus was walking
You got
and
another
they
family
stayed
across
together
town.
does not mean that's what you got to do. Because I hear a lot of people say, well, everybody in my family stayed married. Nobody in my family divorced. Okay,
How
that's
long
wonderful.
did they live?
Huh.
Right.
I'm just talking.
This brother
Well,
hit me with that
no.
recently,
Because
and I was like,
we have to look at it because self-love is love, y'all. Self-love is love. Sometimes we attach ourselves to people for one we had no business being with. But we wanted what we wanted who we wanted, and we wanted it how we wanted, when we wanted it. Thank God for a Father up above. Woo! For a Father up above. All right, y'all. All right. So you know what we do? We about to
Kev
wrap
said,
this thing up. What Kevin
Kev
say?
said, you go low, I hit the door.
Dang, that's what I'm talking about. I don't have to go low because both of y'all in there on the floor doing what?
Well,
There's nothing. Well,
no.
makeup. You talking about the makeup part? Now that one, Corey.
Y'all sleepy. Y'all sleepy.
That girl said, "Well." All right. All right. So what you got, T? I'm gonna let you lead out on I know you came in a little late, but I'm gonna let you lead out on on ending this thing with our topic. Wrong term. Be careful who you attach yourself to. What you think?
I don't know what I think. I'm sleepy, like Mark said. But pretty much in a nutshell, yeah, you have to be careful. Um, for me personally, I would definitely really look and pay attention to, you know, certain signs and making sure I don't attach myself to the wrong person and making sure they don't bring me down or they may not, you know, at this age you kind of supposed to know what you want, supposed to sometimes, you know, because I'm still feel like I'm figuring things out, but not to the point where it's just like exhausting. It shouldn't be exhausting. Those days are over.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Hmm.
I'm a curious person. Have you been married before?
No,
Oh, okay. All right. Let's ask.
close to it, but no.
Long term relationship.
Long term, yep.
What's the longest?
How long we was together? It's been a minute.
What
What?
about
Let me
dating? How long
see.
you been dating?
18. I'm not dating. I've been single. I've been single for 5 years
You
now?
gonna go out on the last time you been on a date?
Ugh, 5 years.
5 years. Well,
Yeah, I just after I got out that relationship, I was just like I was happy I wasn't in a relationship, and then I went through the period of I don't have the energy to try to get to meet somebody, and then and then it's just like, my daughter, she was young at the time, well, teenager, so she played a part in it. um it was just a lot, so
yeah.
now it's just like
It's time
I
to
got to the
practice. It's
point.
time to get back to practice.
Yeah, exactly,
It's time to
exactly,
get back to practice.
because honestly I was good with being by myself, honestly, like not having, but then just, as life been going on and just dealing with seeing things, I just came to the conclusion like you're not supposed to be here by yourself. You don't want to be by yourself. You don't want to. So I was like, it's time to get back out there.
Yeah.
I
So
got you.
I'm struggling with
I
it,
got
but I'm
you. Yeah.
trying. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm
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 like, girl, you gonna have
I'm
to open that door. You
struggling.
can't be like,
Yeah.
I know, and I could. That's what I'm
you
doing,
need to
and I
kick
be
that
telling
thing
myself like,
down.
real girl, I do. I really do.
Hey, so dating is like exercising. It's like exercising, and sometimes,
And I hate
well, you got to
exercising.
do something. Hey, it leads to good health. You know what I'm saying? And the right
It does.
in the right relationship can even lead to even better health.
That's right.
Right.
Yes.
That's
Right.
right.
Yep.
So
That's
you got to
right.
practice, and the practice is what just have the confidence. You're a confident woman. I know you are. Just be confident within yourself. Can't nothing get past you.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to
Yeah.
worry about hey, all the noise that you hear, don't believe it. Experience it yourself. I hope you have great
That's right.
experiences, but experiences yourself. Block all out the noise,
Hmm.
because most of the people that's telling you how bad dating is out here, that may be stopping you from doing that. Understanding they might not be right.
Right.
Check your
That's
Hmm.
source.
right.
Check your
That's right.
source.
That's true.
That's right.
I'm sorry to take the time. I just want to just
That's
try to
true.
open
Be
that up
careful
for
who
real
you
quick.
attach yourself to.
No,
That
you
applies as
you you
well.
you're right, because I look at other people relationships, I be like, oh gosh, I ain't got time for that, and never mind.
Right.
But then I'm going home by myself at night. I'm laying in the bed by myself. So then
Rubbing
it's like,
rubbing your feet together.
So yeah. At one time, you remember, Donna, you and I, we was talking, and then at the end, we was like, but we want a man. Remember that conversation? But we like,
We
but
want
we
a man.
want one.
Uh-huh. Right.
Yep. Yeah.
Hey man,
Look, they can
hey,
be
look,
headaches, and I think
hey,
about myself. Okay, I can be a headache
you
too.
might need to
So,
come. You might need to come.
Yes.
I'm gonna get your information.
oh,
You're
she
gonna do a
coming.
sit down with me.
She's supposed to be coming to the Friends weekend in the A, so
Yeah.
she's supposed to be
All
here.
Where
right.
you located? Where you located? Where you
I'm
located?
trying, Donna. I'm trying.
Hey,
She in New York.
oh, okay, New
I'm in
York. So
Florida
let me
right
ask you a
now,
question.
but
You're in
I live
Oh,
in
Florida.
you
New
in
York.
You live
Yeah,
in
Florida?
Florida?
right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
You live in Florida now?
no.
No, let's be
Oh,
clear.
okay, so you live in New York. Okay, okay. So how's the date? What do you hear about New York and dating? You hear the
Huh?
same thing as far as New York and dating. How is it up there
No,
from
that's
what
what
you
I'm
hear?
saying. No, I live in New York. I'm just in Florida right now.
I know.
But
So
no, but
in
it's all
in New York,
it's all the same.
It's all the
It's
same.
all yeah.
it's all the same. That's
It's
the
all
reason
the
why I
same.
say that, because I asked you that because a lot of people in their own cities think I got to get out of here and go to so
Oh
and so
yeah.
because the dating bad here. Guess what? It's all the
Oh
same.
yeah. No,
It's
it's
all the same.
that wouldn't.
That's why I asked you. That's why I asked you that, because a lot of people are under the illusion that if Atlanta ain't, but so and so, it's all the same, y'all.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is. It's all the same. Hey, prayer and patience, and
Mhm.
and learning from your mistakes.
And don't take the wrong turn. Be careful who you attach yourself to.
That's right. Corey B, what you got?
Well, nothing.
You, Corey B, you got something. You got something.
Did I tell you? Corey B.
Yeah, because
Um,
earlier you was getting yourself ready. You was in like you was get ready to get in the ring. You know, putting your oil, getting oil down and
Right.
everything. You
She
got
would
something
put
to
the
say.
Vaseline on.
Yeah, this is time to shine now. Let that Vaseline shine, baby. Come on, you got something out there. I know you do.
Close it
oh
out, Corey.
gosh. Honestly, I just feel like when you meet somebody, you start talking to them. If you see some things that you realistically know you are not going to like, or you haven't liked, honey, take it. Save your time, because the more time you waste in this one area on this one person, that's time you could have spent with somebody new who is who you're looking for. Don't waste your time. You
Mm,
already know it's not going to work. Keep it moving.
mm,
That's it. Then you won't have to worry about making the wrong turn.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Deanna said, "Who you connect your life to has the ability to elevate you to the
Yep.
top or completely destroy your life and take you under."
Ooh,
Most definitely.
completely destroyed. Sheesh.
Most definitely. Most definitely. What you got, Mark? Why all the comments keep popping up?
Everybody waking up. This is the time about an hour and a half, and everybody's, oh man, people online, everything starting to
Right.
pick
It
us up.
popping up.
Yeah.
What you got?
So
What you
only
got,
thing I
Mark?
got is I guess back to the whole thing as far as the topic. I mean, to avoid the wrong turn and hooking up with the wrong person and having bad vibes in your life. Just start with yourself. Always trust yourself. Listen to yourself. Don't listen to others. Don't listen to the person, especially if they're single. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna put you in a position where their judgment of dating is going to be skewed by their own experiences. Go out and
Experience.
experience your own experiences, right? But also be aware of who you are, and always listen to yourself, because you
Mm-hmm.
9 times out of 10 it's gonna take you on the right path. And that's it. That's all I gotta say. Just know yourself.
Yep, that's right. I totally agree. I totally agree. We have to take the time to um to know ourselves.
Right.
A lot of times we go into relationships and we think, I know what I want and I know what I'm looking for, and this and this and that, because we're looking at what society says, social media, what our girlfriends got going on, what our boys got going on, and we're not taking the time to see exactly who we are. We take wrong turns, but we can turn around. We can turn that around. And every breakup is not a means or reason for tears.
Mm.
Everyone is not. Some of them are to say, thank you. I appreciate what you taught me. I appreciate what I learned from that. I see that. I didn't know that about myself. So we don't have to take this as something negative. We don't have to take it as he wasn't this and she wasn't that. But wrong term, be careful who you attach yourself to. Know thyself. And the attachments will not end in dramatics. In dramatics. So yeah, I appreciate y'all being with me tonight. Topic was good. Topics are always good. I'm gonna say this real quick. I played a video a couple weeks ago, posted a video. We are doing a series, and the series is called Generational Curses, Closing the Gap. Generational Curses, Closing the Gap. We have Miss Loretta Dalton, which I'm going to have, she's going to send in some information to me. She is actually a family counselor. She's going to send some information to me for me to share with you all. And we're going to do a 6-week series on closing the gap of generational curses. Estranged relationships between mother and daughter, father and son, all of those relationships that have broken down, and you can't understand why you are the mess you are and why your family goes through what they go through. Sometimes it's because we don't even know what happened behind the scenes. So if that's something you would like to do, she is going to be available for personal counseling and therapy. And she's also going to be here on the platform to help us ask some questions, answer some questions, and walk this thing better so our lives can be better, not just with our significant others, but for and with the people who brought us into this world. So this is a serious thing. It's a serious matter. We just don't understand how much breakdown of life we have just because that dynamic right there has been broken. So if y'all want to be a part of that, y'all can inbox me, email me, send a message. Y'all can, know how to get in touch with me. Real Life Relationship Growth. Oh, what is it? Real Life Relationship Growth at gmail.com. And that is also a connection point. Or y'all can inbox me on IG, or y'all can inbox me on Facebook. Thank you, y'all. All right. Crew, y'all hold tight for me, please. I'm going to say good night to everyone. Good night, everyone.